In view of this history, I was curious about your website, the so-called community alert section, which is apparently directed to American Muslims. Notes, and I quote, "The FBI is contacting American Muslims to solicit information and advice about addressing violent extremism. Muslim Advocate strongly urges individuals not to speak to law enforcement officials without the presence of a lawyer." And I was stunned that you would issue that kind of instruction to people who would read your site, since obviously cooperation from Muslim Americans is one of the best ways that law enforcement can uncover terrorist plots like the ones that I described. And it seems to me that it's the civic obligation of all Americans to assist in preventing these heinous crimes, especially given the participation of Muslims in all of the attempted attacks that I mentioned. I would think that Muslim Americans would feel a special obligation to help intelligence agencies root this out. Do you think it's wrong to investigate and prosecute the individuals that I mentioned? And do you stand by the Muslim Advocates Community Alert instructing Muslim Americans not to cooperate with the FBI and other law enforcement investigating potential acts of terrorism, or at least not without having a lawyer present?
Senator Kyl, I fully understand the threat that we are facing. On September 11th, I was working right here in the Capitol, and I ran from the Capitol with my colleagues as we thought planes were approaching. So I fully understand the threat. Those who engage in criminal acts must be stopped and brought to justice. And every American has a civic duty to report criminal activity to law enforcement. And I might add that Attorney General Holder has actually said that the cooperation of the American Muslim community has been essential to detecting and thwarting terrorist plots. At the same time, every American has the right to seek legal advice. And that's a right that's guaranteed to every American. And I know you're a lawyer, we're both lawyers, and I think we both know that our legal system is quite complex. And so encouraging community members to seek legal advice as they interact with law enforcement is something that every American has a right to do.